We start the fourth quarter here in Los Angeles. The LA Memorial Coliseum, 43-0. And USC in command from the start. They've got a first down at the 39-yard line, led by Barkley. He's thrown 5 touchdown passes. Goes to the air and finds Red Ellison. Petros, you have to think what is going through the minds of the UCLA Bruins with this lopsided score, knowing they've got to play Oregon Friday in the Pac-12 championship game.
Well, Rick Neuheisel mentioned as much to me in the tunnel on the way up after the first half. You know, you have to wonder about UCLA. When they saw Utah lose to Colorado yesterday, they might have lost some of the competitive do-or-die edge that they would have come into this game with. They just haven't had it.
Well, USC has had that competitive edge. Quick throw, far side, on the hands of Lee. They continue, Joel, to play hard. I mean, they're pushing and taking that extra step, grinding out extra yards to the 40-yard line.
One team is playing with a sense of urgency, especially on the outside with the skill position players. Marquise Lee, 13 catches now for 225 yards, a couple of touchdown grabs. It's hard to describe the talent level of Marquise Lee.
Well, he's dominated, intimidated all night long here on his home field. Now, whistle stop play as Barkley took the snap.
Timeout, USC. Timeout number 1.
And USC will take the timeout. And we'll step aside. 14:03 to play. Is this Barkley's last game? Stay tuned. Craig Bolerjack, Joe Klatt, Petros Papadakis back here in Los Angeles with 14 minutes to play. USC with the football up by 43 on UCLA. Barkley, 2-step drop, up top he goes, wide open. Goodbye, Robert Woods, touchdown. "41 yards. Touchdown number 6 tonight, thrown by Barkley.
Busted coverage from UCLA. Robert Woods makes him pay. Scampers into the end zone. USC looking for their 50th point.
Kick is up and true. And Barkley's big night continues. 41 yards. Woods wide open. Trots into the end zone. Well, USC may be known for linebackers, but also they have produced some terrific quarterbacks. Carson Palmer, then came Matt Leinart. 2003, 2005. Mark Sanchez followed. Now the National Football League, and Matt Barkley awaits 2009. Just a junior, Newport Beach, California. 6 touchdown passes tonight, ties his own USC record. 39 this season, and that is a Pac-12 season record. Records of all sorts tonight here in Los Angeles. Short kick. Even the special teams, Joel, continues to play hard and scrappy with a 50-point lead. Let's take a look at the Toyota playbook.
This was that long play to Marquise Lee. He's in the slot, and he's going to find an opening right down the hash. I thought the key was the protection, because what Matt Barkley did was wait a half beat, sit there, and then drop the ball with a little bit of touch in order for Marquise Lee to cut across the middle and go catch that ball. He took it all the way down to the 4-yard line. Robert Woods caught the fade pass. Matt Barkley and that offense in such a good rhythm.
Friends hands off. Malcolm Jones. Those two, a dangerous duo, Batman and Robin. I mean, Marquise Lee and Robert Woods.
I was talking with their wide receiver coach, Ted Gilmore. And Ted Gilmore was telling me that these guys work hard. And he said it's such a joy when your 2 most talented players in the position room are also the hardest workers.
The cliche, you play like you practice. and they practice hard. Second down short. Jones turns the corner to the 32-yard line. Nice block by Albert Sid, the right guard, to open up some space.
Petros, these guys, all the talent in the world, and they've got George Farmer, a true freshman, coming up behind them.
Yeah, right now he's playing tailback, but he talked about how he wanted to go back to playing wide receiver. They all went to the same high school, Sarah High School in Gardena, California. You're right, though, Joel. This is a position, wide receiver, that we've seen recently breed selfishness, but these guys are not that. They play for each other. They play hard every snap.
Play action over the middle, cut. Right at midfield, driven back is Rosario, and moved the chains. First down for the Bruins. Starling made the tackle, the strong safety.
Nice throw there from Kevin Prince. When you go back to those wide receivers, Robert Woods, one of the finalists for the Bolitnikoff Award. Ryan Broyles, the injured Oklahoma receiver, also a finalist. And then last year's winner, Justin Blackman from Oklahoma State. Robert Woods making a very strong case that he's the best wide receiver in America after his performance tonight.
Prince with one of his better throws of the night, and a first down, UCLA. Play action, goes for the home runs, got a man up top, bump, and through the hands, incomplete. Jack Evans. He had a 54-yarder last week for a touchdown in that big win against Colorado, and tonight he had a step, but he threw in a triple coverage. There's a bump, no flag, and just right through his hands.
You know, Nickel Roby, did you see how he looked back to the ball right away? It almost made that look like incidental contact, like both of them going for the ball led the officials not to throw that penalty flag. Nickel Roby has had an outstanding night. A couple of sacks, been involved in several down the field pass coverages. He's been phenomenal at the corner position.
Second down at 10. Back to the air. Incomplete.
Let me tell you what I was talking about. Looking back at the ball, Nickel Roby playing the ball. That's what a good defensive back does. Getting in the way, disrupting the timing of the offense. This guy started as a true freshman corner a year ago. First to do so in the last 60 years. Lots of talent for this young man.
That doesn't happen. Not at USC. Third down at 10. Listen in. Prince throws it away, and Pollard brought pressure, and it'll be a punting situation for UCLA.
Just not enough urgency for the wide receivers for UCLA. They played with no effort tonight. Not getting out of their breaks. Prince has had no help offensively for the UCLA Bruins.
Jet Lock at his own 35. Roby awaits. Punt came off the side of his foot, got a big bounce, took a kick at the 20. 11:38 down the stretch in Los Angeles. USC up big. USC has won 6 in a row here at the Coliseum, on their way to number 7. And Joel, Sprint Unlimited update.
Matt Barkley has put on a sensational show. 6 touchdown passes, 39 on the year. That's a conference record. Robert Woods, 12 catches. He only needed 4 to break the conference record. He's done so tonight. A great night to be a USC Trojan.
Barkley comes back out with a 50-0 lead. Hands off to McNeil. And the clock is under 11:30 to play.
Remember, this is the last game for USC. This is the last chance for any of these guys to get on the field, including possibly Matt Barkley. Khalil, the left tackle, one of the better offensive tackles in the country, 6'7", 295, number 75, possibly playing his last game. He's a junior from Corona, California.
Backs are split. Now the motion man is lead. Second down 7. They dive it in off the right side to Meal. They'll mark him at the 25.5. They'll need 3 yards to move the chains, and the clock runs.
I think that Lane Kiffin wants to run a couple more series and then allow Matt Barkley the opportunity to come off the field in the middle of a series to an ovation here in his home stadium.
Third down and 2. Lee in motion, sets up far side. Spinning, but could not escape is McNeil. And a rare punt tonight for the Trojans. Back to receive is Taylor Embry. Kyle Negretti, only a second punt tonight. Oh, launched it. Big bounce, takes a left-handed turn at the 20, and they're going to mark it down around the 17-yard line. 62-yard punt. Big night for Barkley and the USC Trojans. 6 touchdowns in his pocket. 9:16 to play. Pac-12 College Football Saturday is presented by the new KFC Cheesy Bacon Bowl. Today tastes so good. And brought to you in part by Russell Athletic, who reminds you that together we are. And by Buick. See real stories of human achievement on the Buick Human Highlight Reel at ncaa.com/Buick. Back in Los Angeles. 9:16 to play. And a one-sided affair tonight between UCLA and USC. Bragging rights for another year will belong to the Trojans. Very impressive night by that young man. In fact, all season long.
39 touchdown passes. Conference record.
UCLA with the ball, low snap, taken by Prince, rolls, throws, near side, catched, and caught and bumped out of bounds is Rosario, the senior out of Oceanside.
Petros, fans want one more year for Matt Barkley. What do you think?
Well, I think the logical thing to do is the anti-Matt Leinart and Andrew Luck, which is go ahead and go to the NFL. If you're going to be a top 10 pick, that is 1 year you're never going to be able to make that money again. It's not really a choice you can make with nostalgic purposes. You have to make a business decision.
That's a great point as Prince runs out of trouble, throws the ball far side, and a great second effort again. Rosario, who's a senior, and that ball is marked out of bounds near the 45-yard line.
Petros, I wonder how the sanctions are going to affect Matt Barkley, because he hasn't had the ability to play in the Rose Bowl like his predecessors have.
That's right, and all these USC quarterbacks before him through the Pete Carroll era, you're talking about Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, John David Moody, Mark Sanchez. They all played in Rose Bowls and had great victories, with the exception of Carson Palmer, played in an Orange Bowl and had a victory, but that was pretty good too, and he won a Heisman that year. But I don't know if that's a big enough carrot to keep you out of the NFL when it's been your dream to play in the NFL your entire life. That's what Matt Barkley's been groomed for since he was in junior high school.
I got to go to Petros one more time. Let's take the business factor out, okay? Can we for a moment? You only get to go through the college experience one time.
Well, that's absolutely true, and it seems like right now Lane Kiffin has recaptured something, recaptured the passion that really was in this Coliseum during the Pete Carroll era, and just the marquee players that we see. Robert Woods, Marquise, these guys are coming back. You take the business out of it, yeah, Craig, it could be a great year next year for the Trojans.
Guarantee you they're top 5, top 4, maybe top 3 in the preseason polls as UCLA pushes to the 41-yard line. And the clock runs up on 7-0. Now UCLA, this is a shock to their system. Let's be honest. And next week they've got a football game to be played on the road against Oregon.
And Oregon is very talented. They'll be motivated. They want to represent the Pac-12 conference in the Rose Bowl, get that automatic berth into the BCS. UCLA just trying to find some semblance of success in this ball.
The goal right now is just to finish with a little rhythm and confidence. As Fourier makes the reception down to the 30-yard line. Petros, I would think that this final 6.5 minutes very important for the psyche of UCLA.
Yeah, and that's the big question, and it's not an easy answer. How long do you leave Kevin Prince and Joe Fourier and Franklin and Coleman? They've been pretty much taken out of the game here in the fourth quarter, but how long do you leave your starters in to get some momentum and some confidence going, as opposed to a rust or rest factor? I mean, this is going to be a short week for the Bruins.
Pac-12 title game on Friday night. Fox Television, far side throw. Oh, what a stick on Evans. I mean, Roby's had a terrific night. Give him a game ball after he put the pads right in the middle of Shaq Evans.
Honorable mention freshman All-American a year ago, and he's been all over the place. They've used him in the blitz game, sacking the quarterback a couple of times, and I love when a corner stands in there and plays physical on the outside. Tackling is a lost art in today's secondary play. Nickel Roby does a great job on the last play, tackling on the sideline.
How about that hometown? Frost-proof Florida. Prince on the run. And game tackling led by T.J. McDonald at the 11-yard line.
It's such an interesting scenario with UCLA. They have 6 wins. They're 6-5 right now, on their way to 6-6. Hypothetically, if they were to lose next week in the Pac-12 championship game, they would be sub 500 and actually have to petition to enter a bowl game, because they would be sub 500 at 6-7 at that point. The South Division champion having to petition to play in a bowl game.
One of college football's oddities. No question of the season. Well, that would be true. Up the middle. To the 5-yard line, Malcolm Jones. Under 5 minutes to play. Now USC.
You see the starters still out there. They're playing for pride right now.
They want to pitch the shutout.
Nick Perry, Lamar Dawson, Dion Bailey, T.J. McDonald, the junior safety. All these guys, they want that 0 on the board. They're flying around, but UCLA finally gaining some rhythm offensively. Now this is their 3rd trip down inside the 10-yard line tonight.
The other 2 times, remember, a defensive stand at the goal line and then a pick in the end zone to stop any type of UCLA momentum. Prince lines up shotgun. Hands it off around the corner. Oh, big tackle driving Anthony Barr to the ground. And that big hit delivered by the middle backer, Lamar Dawson.
The true freshman, 6'2", 235, and I've already talked about tonight the fact that you cannot run sideways against these linebackers. They're too fast. They're too athletic. If UCLA wants to run the ball right now, they've got to get downhill.
Crowd is up on 3rd and 2. And USC will call a timeout.
Timeout number 2. 30 seconds.
Timeout, a 30-second timeout. Tomorrow, don't forget, on Fox NFL Sunday, the Vikings will head to Atlanta to take on Matt Ryan and the Falcons. Or the Bears look to keep pace in the NFC wildcard race as they battle the AFC West leading Raiders. Coverage begins this week with the Built Ford Fox NFL Sunday pregame show at high noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Make sure you check your local listings for the game and the start time in your area.
A couple of those quarterbacks we've talked about right at the center of attention for their teams. The Texans, Matt Leinart stepping in. Carson Palmer being traded over to Oakland. Those 2 guys going to be right in the thick of the AFC playoff race down the stretch.
So USC called timeout. They've drawn up a defensive game plan. Still looking for the shutout against UCLA tonight. 3rd down and 2. Shotgun is Kevin Prince. Still has the football. Switches directions. Chased. And again, cannot escape the pursuit by T.J. McDonald. And Joel, it goes back to what you said just a moment ago, the sideline to sideline pursuit that is so dangerous and effective for USC.
The left side of your screen, T.J. McDonald never left his responsibility. That's detailed football from the junior safety. Always had outside contain. When Kevin Prince came his way, made the sure tackle. And now USC playing for the shutout on 4th down.
And Neuheisel says, nope, if we can't punch it in, I'm not gonna kick a field goal. 4th and 5, 2:58 on the clock. Prince threw that ball in the crowd, and there was T.J. McDonald. And with 2:48 remaining, USC will have the football, and guess who's back?
Matt Barkley comes back on the field at his own 7-yard line. But USC's defense, how about the appreciation from the fans? They're still on their feet for that defense. 3 times now, UCLA inside the 10. They've never come away with a point all night long.
He came out, and he's walking to the sideline, but I don't see a timeout.
USC called the timeout, I believe.
Barkley walks over to talk with Lane Kiffin. And time for the Coors Light freeze cam. And yes, it involves one Matt Barkley.
This was a 4th down play. They lined up in a field goal formation. Matt Barkley, the holder, they faked it. Rhett Ellison in the back of the end zone. He was awful close to the line of scrimmage, but the moxie to know where he was on the field gets it in there for the touchdown. One of his 6th tonight.
Barkley on the pitch. 2nd and 3rd effort. 11-yard gain by McNeil. Last week, don't forget, Joel, Barkley threw for 323 yards, 4 touchdowns against Oregon. Tonight, 6 touchdowns. I mean, what a span of 7 days.
Well, for any quarterback to complete 10 or more passes in a row in any game is quite a feat. He's done it twice tonight.
1st and 10. Quick throw far side. You know what? That's what they wanted. They drew that up. That's his cousin.
Robbie Blair.
How about that?
Do you see the excitement? They hit him out of bounds late, but Robbie Blair, Matt Barkley's cousin, they're wanting to get that done. He goes in the game. Did you see the excitement from Matt Barkley?
Puts his hands up, and the 2 cousins.
Robbie Boyer catches the ball from his cousin Matt Barkley, the conference's leading touchdown thrower in a single season.
Rolling up on 2 minutes. Double wide, top of your screen. On the pitch, McNeil takes a hit, and a beautiful smackdown by UCLA.
I'm waiting for the ovation. Barkley still on the field. Under 2 minutes. The crowd wanting to give Matt Barkley the ovation he deserves to walk on the field into Coliseum.
Clock winding under 1:20. The 1st and 10 line brought to you by Russell Athletic. McNeil, the ball carrier, to the 39. Hilliard with the tackle. Barkley looks at the sideline. I think something's going on that USC sideline.
I saw 3 Gatorade showers already.
Got an injured Bruin down. That's McKay, now 4. Yeah.
That was the last of the 3. Lane Kiffin had already gotten his Gatorade shower.
But Joel, you have to really break this down as a former player. I mean, you know, this is the mentality is, hey, look, this is it. Seniors go out. Barkley, they got refills on the sideline.
Coming after everybody.
Amazing.
The last game of the year for USC.
But it has to be a bold mentality, does it not? This is it.
Well, what a springboard for this program moving forward now. Winning their 10th game. They're going to finish this season 10-2.
Minute to play. What could be the final minute of Matt Barkley's college career.
Here he comes.
And here it is. Barkley on his way to the sideline. And will it be for the final time? Flex. Officials done a nice job tonight keeping this game in order. It's been emotional at times. It could have gotten out of hand, but they've had multiple personal fouls. Lane Kiffin, little smile and a hug and a handshake to Matt Barkley.
Saying, I need you back.
They're talking about it. What do you think right now? Well, they were.
He'll sit down and have the conversations.
That's what he told
after
us.
the game.
Yeah.
I agree with Petros. He's put himself squarely behind Andrew Luck as the next quarterback that's going to be picked next spring's NFL draft. Lane Kiffin knows it. Could even be the #2 pick overall.
Kiffin on his way to shake hands with Rick Neuheisel. Neuheisel has a game to play next Friday against Oregon, the North Division champion. They are the South Division champs, yet losing tonight to USC. 50-0. Barkley with 423 yards and 6 touchdowns. Let's go to Petros and Lane Kiffin.
Coach, 2 years through these sanctions, no bowl game. How did you keep this team together playing such great football down the stretch this season?
It's not about the coaches, it's about the players. You know, these players played their heart out. They got nothing to play for. Everything was taken away from them. We talked about it at halftime. This is it. We ain't going to any bowl games. Let's make sure we finish this off with a big statement for our fans. And it was awesome to see our fans support today coming out here. It's a great day for the Trojans.
Talk about Matt Barkley and what he's meant to the program and how he's fostered you through this era when you became the head coach.
Yeah, really has been the leader of our program. I cannot respect someone anymore, no matter how young they are. He's just done a phenomenal job leading this team, this university through this, and he just keeps moving away some of those clouds.
What did you tell him when he came off the field, Coach? You guys shared a moment.
I said, congratulations, have fun in New York.
Coach, thank you very much and good luck to you. Thank you very much.
So the coach and the player with just a moment together could be the final time, and the words, as Petros said, from Lane Kiffin, have fun in New York.
There's no doubt in my mind Matt Barkley deserves a seat in New York with the Heisman Trophy ceremonies.
35 of 42 tonight, 423, 6 touchdowns. And he's high-fiving around the LA Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Come on.
What a moment for him. So emotional. If if he does know that this is his last time, the emotions that he's going through, thinking about making the choice to come to USC, his career, all the games, all the wins, and culminating in this fashion. Conference's leading touchdown thrower in a single season. He set a bevy of records at USC. What a moment for Matt Barkley.
And Joel, you know about growth. I mean, quarterbacking in Colorado, it takes time to understand the system, and I think the point was well taken. He helped USC through some very difficult times, a probation, but look at the growth of this young man. 14 interceptions, and this year just 7 picks, but the touchdowns just kept on coming.
The only thing that surpasses his skill level is his character, leading this football program through everything they've been the last couple of years. What a great moment. Boy, if this is not his last moment on this field, they're going to have a heck of a football team next year, but it sure feels like
Here we go.
it is. Let's hear from Matt Barkley. Petros, you're down with Matt Barkley.
All right, Matt, it's been a couple tough years with sanctions, no bowl games. Talk about how you guys stayed together as a football team and finished that you finished in this football game tonight.
Oh, man, what a finish to this season. I mean, I couldn't have anything better. A shutout, you know, versus UCLA, 50 points on the scoreboard. I mean, could you ask for anything better? I don't think so.
You got that pass to your cousin, too, Robbie Bayer.
That was the biggest play of the game to me. I'm so happy he's earned it. He's been here for 4 years and deserves it. Glad we got all those guys in at the end.
6 touchdowns tonight. What kind of statement do you think you made to get to New York and have a shot at that Heisman Trophy?
Oh, you know, we heard that someone was trying to close the gap, so we were trying not to let that happen.
Now, you and I talked about it on the radio. We knew this moment was coming, sort of. What are you going to do with your future? How are you going to make that decision about the NFL or stand here at USC?
Well, I don't know, man. The night is too special to be thinking about that. That's still a long ways off, and I'll have time to think about that all December. I'm going to enjoy this win tonight.
What a great performance. Congratulations to you, Matt. Enjoy it. Craig?
All right, thank you, Petros. Matt Barkley, he answered that question as expected. Enjoy the moment.
And early in this game, you knew that he was on. That touchdown to Marquise Lee, the moxie on 4th down, and then the terrific accuracy down the field on Marquise Lee's 2nd touchdown. He also had tremendous touch inside the 10-yard line. He was fantastic tonight. UCLA could not cover the talented wide receivers for USC. Lane Kiffin knew it. The fans want one more year with those wide receivers and Matt Barkley throwing them the football.
We'll come back with some final thoughts. Dominating win by the USC Trojans. Don't forget, next week, 2 of the most storied conferences in college football culminate the season with 2 epic championship games for the very first time in their history, and Fox Sports will bring them to you on back-to-back nights. The Pac-12 title game Friday, December 2nd, and the Big Ten championship is Saturday, December 3rd. Both games exclusively on Fox Sports. Well, Matt Barkley, reminiscent of Peyton Manning in Knoxville years ago, leading the Trojan band.
It's become like a rite of passage at USC for quarterbacks, and he's earned it.
To wind down the season, Joel, it's been a pleasure. Our crew, Petros Papadakis, we've made a fun journey through the Pac-12 Conference.
No doubt. We've seen some sensational players. It's been a wonderful year. Look forward to watching that game next Friday night as UCLA travels up to face the Oregon Ducks.
And it will be an interesting week and a challenging week for Rick Neuheisel and UCLA.
Going to have to answer the bell on a short week, but they're playing for hardware, playing for a championship next Friday night.
That will do it from Los Angeles, the LA Memorial Coliseum, where tonight USC shuts out UCLA 50-0. For Joel Klatt and Petros Papadakis, I'm Craig Warchak. You've been watching College Football Saturday, presented by KFC.